This is the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast, and I'm your host, Trudy Simmons from the Daisy Chain Group, providing platforms and opportunities for businesswomen to be seen and heard. This platform is for the women entrepreneurs that want to hear the real stories of what it takes to be yourself and run a business with all the different hats that you might have to wear. Come and join the Shine On You Crazy Daisy membership, offering online networking, co-working, collaboration and monthly masterclasses for you to grow your knowledge. Go to thedaisychaingroup.com for more information. These are the platforms to hear and share the stories of the tenacious, the rebellious, and the resilient women that are working towards the future that they build for themselves and their families. Hello and welcome to the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast. I am your host, Trudy Simmons, and today I am thrilled and excited to introduce you to Kate Humphreys from Kate Humphreys Consulting. Kate, thank you so much for being in the book and on the podcast. Please tell us about your business.
Hi, Judy. Thank you so much for having me. I am Kate Humphreys and I run an online business management business where I help overwhelmed and super busy entrepreneurs get out of the weeds of their business so they can just focus on their zone of genius.
Amazing. And thank goodness for people like you, structured. You talk in your chapter about needing something to move us, to change us, to wake us up, to get us to listen to our heart again. What was that catalyst that changed your life?
So I was a teacher for 20 years, and when you're a teacher, you're kind of in that world and you just feel like that's all you can do because you've got this set of skills and you just think you're stuck in teaching. And unfortunately, my mum died, and it was a real shock to my system, obviously losing, one of the most important people of my life. And that shock woke me up and made me realize that I was on this path and I didn't have to be. I have a choice. And I really struggled with grief and going through that process of losing someone so close to me. And I was lucky enough to see a wellbeing coach at the school I worked at, which is really unusual. Most schools don't have that. And she introduced me to positive psychology and how you can change your life in an instant. Because I remember sitting in the chair and talking to her and saying about how I was going to stay at the school so that my son could go to that school, and then I'd work there till I retired, and then maybe we'd do something. And she just stopped and went, "Is that what you want?" And I didn't know the answer. So I did a lot of writing. I did my best life journaling. And I came back and went, no, this is not what I want. I want so much more out of my life than this routine that I'm trudging that I don't even enjoy anymore. So it was having that time and space to wake up and go, actually, no, I don't want this anymore.
That grief process is so, you can't explain it to people that haven't been through it. And my sister died about 8 years ago now. And that feeling of who am I in this and who am I afterwards and what do I want from this? It's the biggest process that you can go through that makes you wake up, as you said, and change the things that aren't suiting you, that aren't serving you for what you actually want. And that question of what you want is one of the biggest that any entrepreneur can ask themselves, because it is a case of you can change anything.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry about your sister, but it is a transformational journey, you're right, that you go through. And yeah, you have the choice. And I think that's what you realize, is that you have the choice to make the changes and live the life you want to live.
So from there, what steps did you take to change your life for the better?
So it kind of took a while, but happened really quickly all at once. So I was teaching, and I used to love teaching. When I do something, like, I'm passionate about it, I love it, I go all in. But then I just found I wasn't loving it anymore. So I started to look around, and I literally Googled things you can do to work from home. Yeah. And I haven't told anyone about this because it kind of slipped my mind, but I actually started a little side hustle doing science birthday parties because I was a science teacher.
Wow.
So that's how I actually started, but it was really hard work. But I absolutely loved the systems and the marketing, and I found out you could do all these automations when people were booking them, and just started my journey into the online world that way, and set up my business as a virtual assistant. And I was doing that while I was teaching. So I was teaching pretty much full time and running a virtual assistant job on the side, and found that I really enjoyed that But as I got into it, I was guiding my clients more, I was leading them more, I was helping them with the systems and the planning and the operations, and discovered that there were these things called online business managers. And it was like I found my home. It's like, oh, these are people like me. So that's how I got into it.
Absolutely. And as I've said before, we came on air. I was in Australia, and online business managers have been around for a very long time in Australia and America, and they're just taking off in the UK in the last couple of years. And so I had an online business manager when I was in Australia 12 years ago.
Wow.
And it is revolutionary when you find the right person that can help you with those system structure and listening to not just what you're saying, but how to make that happen. It is brilliant. Well done, you.
Oh, thank you. I love that part of my business because I enable other people to live the life they want.
Yeah.
So I've just helped a client restructure her offers so that she can work in the way that she wants to, be home with her kids more and have more flexibility and freedom. So yeah, I absolutely love it.
Another thing that you talked about in the changing your life for the better was that you did vision boarding and manifesting. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm a science teacher, so I'm very analytical. I am very like scientific evidence. And yet I have totally got into the whole woo side of things. And it really works. So I remember I did the vision board when I first started as a virtual assistant. And when I did it, it was very much in the frame of mind of, oh, these pipe dreams of having a dog, working from home, having a flexible schedule, they're just pipe dreams. But every single one of them, apart from the garden office, that hasn't happened yet, and the trip to Bali, but every single one of them has happened. Because I think the thing with manifestation is it keeps you super focused on your goals, so that you're working every single day to achieve those goals. And like we were talking about off camera, about how when you have to focus and be laser focused on the things that really matter, that's what drives your business forward.
Absolutely. And I love when people start talking about manifesting, because it is the wishing and the wanting, but it's the actions that you're willing to take. And vision boarding as well, I think, especially when you're a visual person, in having that picture in front of you of what you're aiming for, it keeps you so focused, and it gives you the direction that you need to be able to do the things that help you to achieve what you want to achieve. And it comes back to that question of what you want.
So important. And it's a question that you keep asking yourself, because that has changed. That vision board was so small compared to where I'm growing and where I'm going now.
Yeah.
It was, and I didn't believe really when I did it that they'd happen. And I looked back at it a year later, I was like, oh, we've got the dog. I'm there when my son comes home from school, all the things that really mattered to me. But what I want now has definitely changed to back then. So it's a question you have to keep journaling on and keep thinking about. And yeah, it's a continuous process. We're never done.
Have you done another vision board?
I have, but I need to do another one because I was still playing small. I've realized that.
Nice. Yeah, get it done while there's feelings around. If there was one lesson that you've learned that you'd want every entrepreneur to know, what would it be?
That no one else is any better than you. And that if someone else has done it, you can do it too. And there isn't a magic formula. It's just about showing up and keeping your eye on the prize and being focused to what you want. And it's not about other people's goals. I think we can get kind of sucked into that whole what other people want. It always comes back to, what do you want for your life? And if all you want is to be able to take Fridays off, then brilliant. It's just about what you want to do.
Yeah.
And have a really strong support team of cheerleaders who cheerlead you, and you can cheerlead them, because it can be really lonely.
Absolutely. And we talk about this all the time with the people that are around you. There's a book around the 5 people around you are influencing you the most. It is so important to find those people around you that lift you up and are able to say, go for it, and not just put the negatives in your way.
Absolutely. It makes all the difference.
Yeah. What's your favorite piece of business software?
I love ClickUp. It runs my entire life. I don't just use it for business. I use it for everything now. I use it for meal planning and reminders outside of work, and for everything. And I love how much freedom it brings my clients as well, because they're so scattered, and I bring ClickUp into their world. And it's like they've got space to think, because I can set them dashboards with brain dump so that they can get it all out of their head, and then we can make it into a thing. And yeah, I love ClickUp.
I say that structure gives you freedom, and for some people that just does not. Like, that makes no sense. How does the two things go together? I'm telling you, structure gives you freedom.
Completely. Like, that's why Einstein and Steve Jobs wear the same clothes every day, because they don't have to make a decision. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do that, but
no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh, Kate, this has been such a pleasure, and thank you so much for sharing your story in the book and on the podcast, and I can't wait for other people to hear it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like the video and click the subscribe button for this channel for more inspiration. If you're a businesswoman looking for that community that will support you and lift you up, come and join the Shine On You Crazy Daisy membership, offering online networking, co-working, collaboration, and monthly masterclasses to grow your knowledge. Go to thedaisychaingroup.com for more information. And for even more inspiration, please go to the link under the video and get your copy of the Shine On You Crazy Daisy series of books with inspirational and motivating stories from businesswomen around the world.